Hello, this is Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. I have an Etsy little journal restock to share with you today. You can click my Etsy shop below and find these listed. And these are actually listed in sets. So each set, when you purchase it, the price you see will be for the journal and its ephemera bag. So these two go together, these two go together, these two go together, and then they all coordinate, and these are all the standard Traveler's Notebook size. So if you have a Traveler's Notebook cover, you could buy the whole set and have everything you need for your Traveler's Notebook and to decorate it. So let's get into detail. We'll start with this one. So these are all vintage photographs. Well, they're printed. They're not actual photographs. I printed them onto cardstock, actually. I still have hot glue strands, guys. Okay, and then I stitched them around. Beautiful covers. This is from a paper pack called Habitat, and it's beautiful. These have flowers and butterflies. Here's some beautiful lace and buttons and white roses that mirror the roses on her dress. There's this mauve-colored lace for the closure, and on the inside, it is pretty much naked. I just did some stenciling. So here's the inside of this cover, which is the exact same as the outside. It's just in purple. And then there's cardstock, French, English, textbook page, typewriting textbook page. I've done some paisley stenciling on all of the coffee dyed paper. Junk That Treasures little ledger sheet. This is from a book on trellises. This is a embossed purple page. This is a reprint from a 1909 Sears catalog. This one is about China sets. Here's a doily from Junk That Treasures. Look at how pretty. I mean, really, really gorgeous for writing on. And then it's just the other side of all those pages. And then the typewriting one pulls out, so you could either make it a pocket or have extra space to tuck things into. Oh, and I still need to put my stamp in the back here. But, so there's that one, and then this little bag comes with it, and this is full of pieces of ephemera that coordinate and that I put together from my scraps. I took a bag from Junk That Treasures. It's one of the brown ones that has like the newsprint on it, and I got this idea from Paula Lemon. I love watching her YouTube channel, and she used a glassine bag to do something similar. But what I did is I hot glued the lace here on the corner so you don't lose it. But here's the front, and these are from the Vintage Botanical magazines that I've been doing. This is my second, volume 2 in my Etsy shop. I used flowers for all of them. And if you purchase a set, you will get this botanical set. It's 108 images. You'll get it free. If you leave me your email in the notes, I will send this to you for free as part of purchasing this set. So I made sure that the paper is coordinated. So here's front, and the back paper would be what the inside paper is. Okay, so they're matted. And then there's lace and buttons and trims. And then it just opens. There's no pages. There's just a pocket, an envelope, and another pocket. So I'll just go through here. We have a vintage Rolodex card that I have a little Tim Holtz airmail stamp, some butterfly stickers, a rhinestone. There's a little, I did a little embellishing here at the top. And then let me just zoom in so I don't have to keep holding it up. That might help. Okay, so in here we have a journaling card, and I stamped live, and it says take note on the other side. And then there's a little tag here for journaling. Here's a wallpaper tag with a little piece of a doily and a pink bead. And then here's also a little mini tag I got in some ephemera collection from TJ Maxx. I don't remember which one it was. And so they're just all slipped in here. And of course you can take them out and replace them with whatever you wish. In this pocket, each one of these is different, so I'll go through all of them. This I had gotten in some Happy Mail a while ago. And then here's one of my paper ribbons with a heart flat back rhinestone. This is from VectoriaDesigns. It's one of her Ledger ATC cards, and I love them. So I just inked it up, printed it on cream cardstock. And then here's a Project Life card that I did stitching here at the top. It has gold foiling, and then there's a grid on the back for journaling. And then this is a National Geographic game card, and this is on Asia. Questions and answers on Asia. So that's what's in this pocket. And I did stitch down the middle here of all of them, so you won't lose, whatever you put in this pocket isn't going to slip in the middle and get crushed or go to the other side. It's 2 separate pockets. So then here's a little envelope, and there's a little inked butterfly and some really pretty gold foiled paper and a little button and some lace. And then in here, there's one of my vintage book cover cards that says Nevermore Creations that I had printed up for my shop. I had a few extras. Here's a journaling card I made with like a black and white floral photo. A little mini envelope that has a little piece of ephemera that says beautiful. A tag with a vintage decoupage flower and some purple lace. And a journaling card that says dream big and be you. So that's everything in this envelope. And then one more pocket here. There's a little pink tag there. Here's a textured cardstock tag with some lace and then a little T-pin with 2 beads. A little heart note sheet and then a journaling card with this ribbon. And when you stick, you can stick this in so that the ribbon kind of peeks out, which is what I did. So also there's some stuff on the back. Almost forgot. So on the back, there's a little corner wallpaper pocket here. And then there's a little Monopoly money. This is from DigitalCollageClub, I believe. And then a little ticket. I think this is Calico Collage from the Traveling Through kit. Little railroad. I think it's a railroad ticket. So then that just ties. And then what you also can do to store it, if you wanted to, is stick it in the middle here and then tie it closed. And then you can just pull it out and have all your embellishing. So that's that set. I'll go more quickly through the other sets. Here's this one, and there's this little vintage lady, and I put a little bow in her hair, and there's some Junk That Treasures trim and Hobby Lobby ribbon in the background. This is also from the same paper pad Habitat. This has a purple closure, and the inside is this corrugated purple script, and then the inside is pretty much the same, only minor differences, so I won't flip through every page. But here's the little companion ephemera thing. I love the ribbon on this one. I think this is my favorite ribbon. And then here's the vintage flower, and there's a button and some lace. Get inside it here. Some pink lace at the top. It says lovely, and there's a butterfly, and then we have some tags here, and this is from Calico Collage, and I stitched around it and added a button. And then I stamped on this tag. And then in this pocket, we've got a lot of stuff too. Here's a little tab I sewed on to this little journaling booklet. This was a piece of packaging that I cut off and turned into a journaling card and added a pocket and a mini tag, or a tuck spot and a mini tag. And this was a greeting card that I added some, embellishing to, made some paper clips and clipped on some vintage Trivial Pursuit cards that I added sewed lace on. So there's lots of journaling room there. So that's what was in this pocket. And then in the envelope, you would get this tag from Junk That Treasures. This is a tag also from Junk That Treasures. I just added lace and a button and some baker's twine. And then I stamped on this paper and made a little tag there. And then this is a print. I found this on Pinterest. Dearborn Dairy Company 1 pint. So that's what's in there. And then in this pocket, there's a journaling card. It has some flowers and music print on it. It's a pretty heavy cardstock. Here's a wallpaper tag with lace that I made. And then here is a Project Life card. Things to do, and then I added a little bow clip that mirrors the bow in her hair on the front cover, and then one of my red bow paper ribbons. That's what's in there. And then on the back, there's a vintage coin roller from Junk That Treasures I turned into a pocket. So we have some tags. This says, this color is Spring Thaw. It's a little paint chip card that I backed with some paper. So you can journal on it. And then here's a little square stamp tag and a coffee dyed tag with a little garment pin and a purple jingle bell. So that's this set. Hard time staying in frame today. One left. So here's this elegant lady, and there's a bunch of flowers and laces. I believe these laces are all from Jenny. Thank you, Jenny. And then some flowers from my stash. Her picture's all sewn around. Beautiful textured corrugated type cardstock, also from that Habitat. This is laces from Jenny as well. And again, the inside is pretty much the same. The cover is a green script. And then there's just minor differences, but it's pretty much the same as the other two. But here's the little ephemera bag. Here's some crocheted type lace. There's the flower, and there's some trim from Junk That Treasures there. There's the back. So we'll get into this one. Again, a vintage Rolodex card, some embellishing. Here I added this little book plate thing, and it says blessed. And then there's a paint chip card. The color is orange maple. I backed it with this cardstock and added a Tim Holtz little doll and a doily. And then there's also this, it's from the Graphics Fairy. It's like a embroidery floss type thing, and I just added some crocheted thread and a little flower. So that's a cute little embellishment there. And then we have a bunch in here as well. So here's a little tag I made. And then here's a bigger tag. It says Express, and this looks like one of those little bread tags. And then it's a die cut, and then I just stenciled and little burlap. Little coffee dye tag. Here's another paint chip card for Black Walnut and Eagle Eye, and I added some lace and backed it. And then here's a big journaling tag. And then I just added some embellishing on that as well. So that's everything in this pocket. And I'm just going through all of them because they're so different with the embellishing that you can see exactly what you're getting for each one. And then I have a vintage vocabulary card here. This is increase in value, make better, more beautiful. And that's the definition. There's a Prima butterfly. And then inside here, we have a little brown tag that I made. A little wallpaper scalloped tag. This is a 1950s dictionary page, and I turned that into a tag. Here's a journaling card that I punched. Addition card, and I stamped and inked the edges. I think this was from, yeah, this is from Calico Collage. It was left over from one of the kits. I think this was the Gypsy Rose kit, and I just stitched around, and you can journal on the back. And then a little piece from the typewriting book. So that's everything in there. And then we have another pocket here. Here's a big tag that I made with some lace, and it's double-sided. Here's one of those vintage how to draw cards, and this is the owl. There's a Project Life card that I stitched and added a button. It says memories, and then it has a bunch of sayings on the back. Sometimes the smallest things take up the most room in our hearts. There's a coffee dyed tab and grid on the back. And then there's stitching here. There's another little journaling card. And then I'll show you the back of this and we'll be done. Okay, so there's a whole bunch. There's a vintage decoupage flower, whole bunch of layering. And then back here you get one of the VectoriaDesigns Ledger ATC cards. This is a vintage playing card. I think I got this from Pop-Up Vintage on Instagram. I think that's where I got it from. And then a Tim Holtz vocabulary card that says travel and bright. So here's that set. So I do hope that you enjoy these. I love the color schemes and the purples and the pinks. I had so much fun putting them together, and I hope that you enjoyed watching this.